Hi, this is Debbie from Celestial Astrology and Healing.co.uk, and today I'd like to talk about the new moon in Taurus solar eclipse and where this might be in your own natal chart. So I've heard an analogy that a new moon solar eclipse is a bit like a new moon on steroids, which means that there's a lot more energy to focus on when setting your intention at the beginning of this cycle, which is when the sun and the moon are together at the same degree of a certain sign of the zodiac. And today that is in Taurus at 10 degrees. I'd like to share a screen share here of a diagram. So hopefully you can see the chart on the screen, which I will try to highlight the area of where the moon and the sun are conjunct in Taurus. So if you can see here, this is the sign of Taurus here, 10 degrees 28 minutes, which will be exact. I believe it's about 8:20 GMT. That's UK time in Britain, so you would have to adjust that to your own time. So just to be familiar, if you're not familiar with the astrological wheel, here at the 9 o'clock position is Scorpio, and then we have Sagittarius, the arrow, Archer, Capricorn, the earth or the sea goat, the wild goat or the domesticated goat, Aquarius, the symbol of the water carrier, Pisces, the fishies swimming in opposite directions, Aries, the ram, we've talked about Taurus here already, Gemini, the twins, Cancer, the crab, Leo, the lion, Virgo, the harvesting maiden, and Libra, the scales. So remove all of these. So wherever Taurus is in your natal chart will activate this energy of this new moon when the sun and the moon are together, and it's particularly powerful at this time of year or at this astrological configuration because it's also a solar eclipse. It's a partial solar eclipse, which means viewed from Earth, the shadow isn't completely blocking out the light of the sun. Depends on where you are on the Earth. Sometimes they're a full eclipse or a partial penumbral eclipse. So this time of year, at this Taurian sun and moon conjunction solar eclipse, it's a very earthy time of year. It's a time when we can slow down after the busy, impulsive, fiery Aries season. We're now into Taurus season and have been for a week or so. So it's Taurus is a feminine yin earth fixed sign of the zodiac, symbolized by the bull. The bull can be really stubborn and, pouring at the earth in a really solid way, really connected to the earth, ruled by Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, who is also known as Aphrodite. So basically, Taurians tend to have real connection to physicality. They appreciate earthiness, being grounded, being connected to the earth, appreciating physical realms, all the senses, the touch, the taste, the sight, the smell, the hearing, beautiful music, beautiful song, beautiful food and drink, sensual pleasures of physical touch, such as a massage or healing or just kindness. So basically Venusian energies rule Taurus. Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So anything that's beautiful, sensual, appreciative of arts and good refined things, lovely materials, beauty of nature, all of these things are very Taurian. And it's other keywords that we can think about with Taurus is practicality, groundedness, fixedness, stubbornness, resilience, patience. What else? Yeah, it's very, very solid, slow-moving, patient, enduring, kind, and can be very tender. It's an earth sign, feminine earth sign. So all of these natures, qualities of the nature of Taurus, can be harnessed at this new moon. So depending on where this new moon solar eclipse is taking part in your chart, this configuration, you can set an intention and think what you would like to manifest and draw into your world over the next 6 months. As solar eclipses aren't an immediate reaction, you can plant this seed at this new moon, and in about 6 months' time, you may see it come to fruition at the full moon lunar eclipse, which will be in November. So I'd like to now share another screen just to explain the cycles of the moon, phases of the moon that you can see. So at new moon, you can see here, let me undo that, I don't like that annotate tool, still getting used to using them. So here's the new moon down at the bottom of the screen at the 6 o'clock position of a clock. There's new moon, there's the earth in between, and it goes to full moon. So the direction that the moon will gather, at new moon it's dark, so you can't see the moon in the sky for about 3 days, I believe. So it goes around this way, so it's waxing, and you sort of see a crescent here building, a nice little sliver. I used to call it the Cheshire Cat smile to my children when they were younger. And then first quarter, waxing gibbous, and then the full culmination. So this takes 14 days from a new moon to a full moon. So planting your intentions at new moon, depending on the sign of the zodiac that it's in, you can hope to bring that to fruition at full moon. And then we have the moon at full moon waning, gradually losing some light from waning gibbous last quarter, waning crescent, and back in the cycle of the new moon when it becomes dark again. So each new moon, we have one every year for each sign of the zodiac. At new moon, the sun and the moon are together. At full moon, the sun is opposite the moon. So if it was full moon now, the sun would be in Taurus and the moon would be in Scorpio. So the next full moon will be in Scorpio. When it's the previous lunar eclipses were last year, Sagittarius Gemini axis. So at new moon it would have been Sagittarius sun and moon, and at the full moon it would have been full moon in Gemini. So it moves around the zodiac wheel like that. See if I have any more images I can share with you. Yeah, this is another image just showing the dark cycle of the moon at new moon here. You can't actually see, yikes, don't like that. You can't see the moon here. This is the dark new moon where we're at now in the sky, so you won't see any moon for a few days. And then trying to think which way the moon goes. Depends on where you live in the world, I suppose, and what hemisphere you're in. I think in the northern hemisphere you have the little sliver building on the right. I may be wrong, but anyway, this is what I'm saying for now as we build up to the full moon. And then after that culmination of energy, waning down, coming back into that sort of peace in the darkness. So I hope that was interesting for you. Depends where you are in your knowledge of astrology, but it's like a new language. And I find it very interesting, and I'm happy to impart some of my knowledge as I'm continually learning as a newly qualified astrologer. Phases of the moon, the natal chart. This would be a natal chart for a person, but it's actually a natal chart of the time of the solar eclipse. So, and this is just a nice, pretty sparkly image. And if you would like to learn more about your own natal chart, I'm quite happy to do a short reading or a very, very brief reading where I can discuss your sun, your moon and your ascendant, or the most prominent signatures in your chart. I can do a live Zoom recording that we can record for you to keep, or I do a short reading, and I also do a full reading. At this stage I'm using my full notes, which I email to you afterwards or send across to you so you can look back on them. And that full reading would include maybe your annual perfection Lord of the Year, with the most important transits that will be coming up. I'll put something in the link for people to be able to create your own birth chart for free on astro.com or AstroSeek. And if you'd like to contact me for a reading, my name again is Debbie Green, and my new website is www.celestialastrologyhealing.co.uk. Thanks for listening. I hope your intentions are heard and you manifest your dreams over the next 6 months.